Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks DIY Garage. I may try to see if I can clean up inside here. A little bit of carb cleaner. See what I can do to make things hopefully not leak. Now it's time to kind of put this thing together, and once again, looking some stuff up, doing some research, it appears that the aviation gasket, I got the Permatex kind. I got another kind here that's like thick black stuff. This seems like thin brown stuff. So, but this is the new one. I went ahead and ordered up a new one because I don't know how old that other one is. I think it was one of those things I picked up free at a garage sale. But if anybody can tell me if it's supposed to be this liquidy, it seems really liquidy and brown to me. I don't know. I'm going to shake it up and try it out. And then it says put a thin layer on, let it sit in the air for a while. It doesn't say, I don't think, an exact time. You allow it to air dry a few minutes before fastening the part into position. Also put the gasket stuff right here on these threads here that go into here. So hopefully between the two we shall seal some stuff up. We shall see. I'm getting ready to put the gas tank back on here for the time being. I need to get this thing going and out of my way. It's been down way too long. It's been ridiculously hot here and I haven't been able to work on it. So regardless, these go on top of the tank, and on both sides it had a rubber gasket similar to this right here. Well, one side it looks okay, but this side it only had one and it's not in very good shape. So what I did, in my stash of gasket stuff, I had this roll of stuff here. I have no idea what it is. This is one of those, I got it free at a garage sale and knew I'd use it for something someday. And it's kind of a rubbery stuff with a blue top on it. It just kind of comes in like a roll of tape, but it's not sticky. It's just rubbery. So I don't know exactly what they are. They're not as thick as the ones that were on here, but yet again, I'm going to test these out. This is all going to come back apart at some point, so I'm not too worried about finished product here. I'm just trying to get it not rusting, hopefully, and in a little better shape so I can use it for a while again. So I'm going to start out by putting those on there. And actually, I'm going to use these on the top and the thicker ones that are good shape on the bottom. So that'll help me get that easier pushed down. So I'm going to use these ones that originally came with it on the bottom here. We're going to go get the tank, and I'm going to put the tank on and use these ones on the top part of it. And on top of that is one of these, and I put this is going to go in between the tank and this right here. So I'm actually going to put the screw or the bolts through first. Because I didn't make much of a hole in these. And in case any of you are wondering what I did with the tool well, I'm not getting rid of it, but right now I want to leave room in the front of that tractor. I got to do some stuff on the radiator, I've already figured out, so I'm just kind of holding off on this being in the way. So we got the tank on. I got the fuel line hooked back in here. I left this cracked open, and it is definitely dripping some gas out of there. So I still got a fuel leak. But when I close this off, it seems to go away. In order to combat the leaking problem with these right here, the fuel bowls, or sediment bowls I should say, and I know this isn't exactly right. I went ahead and got this all bent where I want it. I'm going to cut this off. Hopefully you can see that. In order to combat the leaks here, I went out and bought some stuff. And what I have here is a 3/8 inch MIP by 1/4 inch FIP fitting. Not sure what the MIB and FIB is, but I'm assuming that might be thread pitch or something like that. But regardless, that right there, went to Home Depot, got that, and that will thread up into here. And it's the right threads, right pitch, everything seems to be the same as what's on the bottom of one of those sediment bowls. And then I grabbed this. It is a 3/8 inch MIP by 1/4 inch FIP nipple piece here. Now I will say I wish I had bought the one, I think there was one that went down and over, but they were just out of everything, so this is what I ended up with. Had I gone with the other one that would have allowed it to shoot back, it might have been a little easier to hook this to it, but regardless, I'm hooking more stuff to this anyway. And I'm not just going to thread it in there, I'm going to put some more of that, what I put on the bottom of this stuff, the aviation forma gasket sealant liquid stuff. That's what I'm going to use on there, same as I did on the bowl to begin with when I was trying to get the leaks down. And this is where I kind of turn a corner of, I'm not sure if this is all going to work, but I got some of this laying around. Fuel line for, I did a snowblower video, still haven't got that out actually, still kind of working on the end of that one. And I'm going to put that on there, that should fit. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put an inline shut-off valve. I'm going to try and find something better than this, but honestly, yet again, it was difficult to find this. I went to like 3 different stores before I finally got one. And then after that, I'm going to put this, yet again, not sure if that's going to be big enough. But that's my curiosity, is if this will flow enough fuel to actually feed the carburetor well enough. There you go. We got that all put together. I put a hose clamp on the hard line there, but the rest of them, I had to heat them up just to get them on, and when they cool down, they're gonna cinch tight. In fact, I made this one, I had to cut this one off again and do it all over, and I couldn't get it off of here. I had to like cut it out and cut a chunk off of it. It was very difficult. So anyhow, I'm not too worried about it. I'm hoping it all works. That fuel line is actually a bigger inner diameter than the outer diameter of the hard line, so I'm not as worried about fuel flowing through there. Could there be leaks? I have no idea. Maybe. Definitely going to let that dry overnight and then some probably before I put fuel in it. But hopefully I have a shut-off valve that'll work without leaking. We shall see. Now this is going to allow more junk to come out of the tank probably, because it doesn't have the little bit inside probably sticking up like the old one did. But we have the filter there, and I'll probably have to change that out a few times, which in hindsight, to change that fuel filter, I'm going to have to cut the hose between here probably, because it'll be impossible just to yank that out of there. So, but we'll figure that out when we cross that bridge, I guess. So, and this is where I say, if you do anything I do and you hurt yourself or mess up your equipment, I'm not responsible. If you don't like the way I'm doing something, don't do it, and it is up to you to do your homework, and you are responsible for your own safety. Well, it's time to put some fuel on this thing, and the first thing I'm going to do is put some of this lead substitute in here. Now with these rigs, it's an older rig, along with the Mustang behind me, the heads on them do not have hardened valve seats. So therefore this helps with that, because back when lead was in fuel, that basically went in and kind of kept you from wearing out your valve seat area in your heads, as well as probably some other things that I don't know about. But what I do know is that this is an old enough rig that I probably need to go ahead and throw some of this lead substitute in there. How great this stuff is, I don't know, but it seems to be a pretty big one. I've talked about this in some other videos, I think. I'm not positive, but I'm going to use this. This was on Amazon. If I can find a price, I'll put it down below. It was fairly inexpensive for the peace of mind that I get, if nothing else. I have it cracked open. I have it filled with some gas, or fuel, for those of you who whine. She's all seeming to be holding it where it's supposed to be held, and it did seem to flow well. When I opened it up, it went right down into that filter and filled it up. So hopefully everything's working okay, and hopefully I've gotten rid of all the leaks. Yet again, time will tell. So if later on, before I put this video up, if I have any problems, I'll come back. Otherwise, I think I'm going to call this a video for now, and later on in the future you'll see this tractor. If I have any problems or anything happens, I'll do a video on it. So, thanks for watching Junkworks DIY Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all, and I'm obviously master of none. You all have a good one.